I did not ask you about why you filed this. Just tell me what you do. You
I
said
did
you were the chairman.
also.
You were the chairman of
International Academy of
Academy.
Management and Economics.
What is this institution?
It's a school offering BSBA, MBA, and PhD in management.
So it's a
in
school
Makati.
of higher learning. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Postgraduate degrees.
Undergraduate and postgraduate.
I see. And are you a holder of such degrees, Mr. Santos?
Yes, sir.
May I know what? Would you please brag a little? What degrees do you hold?
Bachelor of Laws from the UP College of Law.
Yes, you are a lawyer.
AB Political Science,
Yes.
UP.
Well, are you a member of the bar, Mr. Santos?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Do you hold master's degrees as well?
Yes, sir. MBA,
Any others?
PhD, management.
PhD. Is there anything higher than that?
Postgraduate. I do attend world forums.
Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Santos, this institute of yours is of how old is it? How long has it been in existence?
That's a long story.
How many years? Just tell us how many years.
It started in 1980 as International University Foundation, and we converted it to International Academy of Management and Economics in 1985 because the Education Act of the Philippines would not allow the use of university unless it has 4 colleges.
Thank you. Let me interrupt you, if I may. So, in other words, you're telling me you have been in education, in the education business,
Yes,
for
sir.
about 30-odd years. Is that
Since 1980,
right? 1980. That's 30.
I have no choice, Your Honor,
Congratulations. Now,
because I joined Ninoy's Laban 21
Oh,
in
you were-
1978,
I see.
so I could not, even my own brother would not allow me to practice law
Did you know?
at the SEC.
Did you know Senator Aquino personally?
Yes, sir.
Were you friends of? Would you characterize yourself as a friend of his?
Well, Senator Joker Arroyo can better answer that because he was our chief legal counsel.
From your point of view, Mr.
Counsel,
Witness.
what is the relevance of this question?
Your Honor, we're trying to establish the vast experience.
Yes, sir.
of the
I
witness.
don't know if Ninoy, because when my whole family visited him and his family in Harvard, he talked about friends and allies.
Thank you, Mr. Witness.
Your Honor, the witness is being presented as a hostile witness, not
That's
as an
right,
expert
Your Honor.
witness for the defense.
Yes, Your Honor. Precisely. If I may have a little leeway, I want to establish the vast experience of the witness and to show that he is much more aware about the consequences of his act than than is led to be shown by what has happened by the filing of the
Go
complaint.
direct to the point,
Thank you.
because we do not have all the time.
Attorney Santos. Thank you, Your Honor, if I may. Attorney Santos, tell me, have you ever been engaged in filing of cases with the Ombudsman other than this?
Only as consultant.
Have you filed any other case against any other official with the Office of the Ombudsman?
None.
You have been a lawyer for how long?
1961.
And you told me that in 1970 you were already researching the intricacies of filing a case before the Ombudsman?
No, sir. It's in connection with as delegate to the 1971
You were a
Constitutional
delegate to the
Convention.
CONCON.
From Nueva Ecija, it became my favorite project to file the first resolution on the first working hour, on the first working day of the 1971 Constitutional Convention. That's why I researched.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Now, you said you filed only one complaint with the Office of the Ombudsman. This one.
This one.
Yes. Did anyone file the complaint with you?
I'm just alone.
By yourself, right? Did you consult anyone before filing the complaint?
No, sir.
You are a lawyer, so you have sufficient knowledge to understand what goes into filing a substantive complaint.
I just practice what this is my answer.
Yes, yes.
What I researched way back in 1971 before I filed the complaint. That
All right.
clippings, or even records of radio programs and television can be attached and asked to trigger the Ombudsman to initiate an investigation.
And of course,
that is the prayer in prayer number 1.
Thank you. Of course, you read the clippings that you attached.
Of course.
Yes, and you will agree with me that the clippings pertain to reports of proceedings in this Senate impeachment court.
Especially the first clip.
Yes. What is it that you felt made you decide to file the complaint, notwithstanding that the facts were already brought to the impeachment court, that the Chief Justice was already being tried for the impeachment court on those same testimonies or information being presented here? Why did you feel that you had to file the complaint independently of what was going on here?
Well, because I wanted to highlight the fact that the Chief Justice salary is grossly disproportionate to the bank accounts reported in the newspapers.
Thank you. Now,
as it appeared in the clippings.
yes. Now, you're aware that at the time that these reports had been filed or published in the newspapers, that the prosecution had not yet rested its case.
Yes, sir.
Then you were aware, therefore, at that point in time, that these reports did not constitute evidence, as in fact there had been no ruling as to their being admitted or not, as a lawyer.
Of course, that's why the prayer in number 1 is to just trigger the ombudsman to conduct
Yes.
an investigation and build the case.
Thank you. Yes.
I did not say everything here is conclusive.
Yeah, right. But you're aware that a complaint must be supported by some evidence. Are you aware,
Sir.
Mr. Santos?
In the practice of ombudsman in various countries, mere clippings are enough. And it is for the ombudsman to build the case, a conclusive case.
Thank you.
It's not for the complainant.
Do you practice ombudsman law in other countries, Mr. Santos?
No, I don't.
Oh,
but I did a lot of research.
That's right. But this is, despite your research 40 years ago and perhaps continuing, this is the only case you have filed.
Yes, sir.
All
Because
right.
hindi
Now-
naman ako basagulero eh.
That's right. Thank you. Now, tell me, what was the purpose for filing the case? Did you feel that apart from the violation, this was a case of a corrupt official?
No, it's just that, as an academician, I learned from S.P. Lopez when he was still president, and he was my president, succeeding Senator Lorenzo Tañada in the Philippine Organization for Human Rights, and I was his Secretary General to practice intellectual integrity. I feel that intellectual integrity compelled me to file this unexplained wealth case against the Chief Justice, because it is very apparent that the bank deposits are grossly disproportionate than his income.
Very, very admirable. And you've been practicing intellectual integrity for a long time, I suppose, because he told you when? Long time ago?
Yes,
As
sir,
Philopis,
during martial law.
That is what, 40
Around
years ago?
1978, when we were with Ninoy.
Now, tell me, Mr. Witness, in that long, many decades of practicing intellectual integrity, is this the first time you have come to the conclusion that there is an apparent disparity of wealth as against the income or the salaries of a public official? Be careful. Is that what you are telling us? That this is the only time
No,
you
I'm
realized?
Not exactly, Your Honor.
So I'm curious, Mr. Santos, why you single out this case?
Because a lot of people in the barber shops, in the coffee shop at Club 365, they have been debating as if the facts do not tally, So
I see.
I just tried to highlight the truth, or what would emerge as the truth.
You were motivated by barbershop talk, Mr.
No,
Santos.
sir.
But that is what you said.
Only
Please
I
clarify what you meant.
Only I heard,
Speak one after another, so that the members of the court can understand you.
Yes, sir.
I apologize, Mr. Senate President.
Yeah, I know you're enthusiastic, but let the witness complete the answer. And then, Mr. Witness, let the lawyer finish his question.
Yes, sir. Your
I'm
Honor.
So
sorry.
ordered.
I'm sorry, Mr. Witness. Let me repeat my question. So you were motivated by barbershop talk that you heard?
Not exactly, sir.
But that's what you said.
I just heard from barbershop philosophers their discussion. And as a professor, I felt I should correct it.
In other words, Mr. Santos, you went to the ombudsman using your vast knowledge from your research applying your many things learned from your degrees and your law degree, filed a complaint on the basis of things you heard from barbershop philosophers.
Not
Is
only that,
correct?
sir,
Yes.
also in the graduate school. In our PhD class,
Yes.
composed of outstanding entrepreneurs, even political leaders,
Yes.
yeah, and experts in their own fields.
May I know if you also encourage the establishment of barbershops in your school?
Objection, Your Honor, that has no
Well,
relevance.
I withdrawn.
What is the, counsel,
I
I am
apologize.
giving you all the leeway, but go to the point.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Because you are belaboring this issue, and it has already been answered repeatedly.
Yes.
He based his complaint on what he believes to be a factual report of some penalties committed. So he filed the complaint. So what else do you want?
Your Honor,
Are you impugning his credibility?
Your Honor, as I said, we're trying to establish that the motivation for filing the complaint was other than good motive, sound
By
reason.
all means, go to direct to the point.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, did it not occur to you that perhaps submitting only newspaper reports might be inadequate to sustain your complaint?
Exactly, Your Honor. That's why that's my number one prayer. Asking the ombudsman to initiate an investigation and build the case
Yes.
and gather conclusive evidence if there are such things.
Did you bother to investigate these newspaper reports yourself?
No, sir. I'm busy, actually.
Yet you found time to file the complaint on the basis of newspaper reports which you did not verify on the belief that the ombudsman could build up a case.
It took me only 1 hour, Your Honor. I dictated it to my secretaries, and I asked my paralegals to go to the ombudsman to file it.
May I know, Mr. Santos, did you weigh the possible consequences that this would have as an imposition on the workload of the ombudsman?
That's why it took me a long time, Your Honor, because I won one case, administrative case, written by the Chief Justice when he was still in the office of the President.
I'm a little bit confused. I thought it took you 1 hour.
The writing,
Yes.
the dictation of the complaint, but it took me a long time to think whether to file it or not, because I won one administrative case with him as ponente during the time of President Ramos. He was still in the office of the Presidential Legal Council headed by then Attorney Antonio Carpio.
By the way, Mr. Santos, you will agree with me that there is no allegation of any ownership of dollars or dollar bank accounts in your complaint.
It's very apparent. There's no
There is
allegation.
none. And you have no knowledge of any dollars or dollar accounts owned by the Chief Justice.
Direct and personal, no knowledge.
All right. Now, I'm curious because in your verification, it is dated, if I'm not mistaken, the document on the date that you signed it, or as it appears to be,